And welcome back on this Thursday morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. 68, I was saying 68 degrees. It's actually 68 degrees out there. Feels good. Going to be a beautiful day today. Only 20% chance of those storms. So 88 for your high. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow. Rain chances jump up to 30%. And then the weekend looks really, really nice, too. There it is. 230-4988 gets Frank. I know.
This has been good for football practice, hasn't it, Coach Legg?
I don't know. I mean, I tell our guys sooner or later it's fixed to get hot.
Yeah.
And I don't like it because we're running a lot, or I hope to be, and when you're running in 68-degree weather, it's a lot different running 102-degree weather. To me, it is.
Y'all got something coming up tonight. What is it?
Yeah, it's First National Bank there in Ardmore does something called Meet the Tigers, where volleyball, cheerleaders, football, they introduce all of them. It's
so it's a big deal.
It's kind of like a city, I guess you could call it a city pep rally.
Where does it take place?
Up there at First National Bank, right there on the main street there in Ardmore.
Behind that bank?
About a mile and a half from.
Where they have Bean Day.
Is it going to be in the facility behind the bank?
Yeah.
Or Bean Day?
Right out there in that park.
Yeah, good. So it's going to be outside in the parking lot there. It's beautiful weather for it. How many kids you got out this year?
Well, like I told you, my first time in here, we started with 68. And we're down to about 48 now.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote down 20 guys I thought wouldn't make it, and I was nailed it right on the head.
Every one of them.
I hit every one of them, and I ain't never been able to do that before. And
what do you expect out of your kids? This is your first head coaching job.
Yes, sir. I mean, I just want us to play hard. And I want us to play hard, finish games, and do the little things right.
Who do you open with?
Elkmont, which should be a big challenge. I mean, they got
a big rivalry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I told you this before. They've owned Ardmore for several years, and hopefully we can do something to change it. But it's a big task in front of us.
Well, are you ready for your first game as a head football coach?
Yeah, I mean, Pew told me the other day, he goes, "You'll be so nervous." I said, "You don't understand. I've been nervous since July. Especially now, we've been hitting a lot, and several guys. I'm trying to get our guys to understand the difference between hurting and injured. And get our guys a little bit tougher than what they are. But, we don't live in the 70s and 80s no more where kids are brought up tough. Like, I'm not saying I was, because I wasn't, but like kids were brought up.
Well, Ardmore, back when Coach Cooper was up there, they beat New Hope every year because I played at New Hope. Yes. That was probably one of the reasons they beat us every year.
I hear every day great stories about Coach Cooper, and I just wish I could bring just a small amount of him to the table. And hopefully I am. Hopefully the people can say I am.
Well, so what are you most looking forward to? Just kicking off?
I think I'm looking forward to just seeing how hard our guys play and seeing our guys hit somebody. That's what I enjoy about football.
So have you enjoyed it so far?
Oh, yeah. I told somebody I could, my work day is 5 to 10 or 11. Love it. And like I said, I'm not 27 anymore, but I still love it. And I told our kids, if y'all just meet me halfway and love it as half as much as I do, I said, we'll be good.
All right. Hey, did you bring me something?
Yes, sir.
Don't forget that.
Don't forget that.
Hey, man, I see you wearing the Barry Gibson pullover. So
talked to him the other day.
Get you a new shirt.
About time I need one. That's what, 7, 8 years ago?
Yes, sir. I'll get you one of those as soon as we get those in. I appreciate what you do.
One like you got on be nice, too.
I really appreciate that.
One like you got on be nice, too.
Okay.
What do you want to say about Zeke?
Hey, Zeke does a lot for us, and I love him. Hey, let me tell you this. Best pizza. And I consider myself, and you can look at me and say, a pizza connoisseur. Zeke's got the best, and if they don't have it, Zeke can fix it for you.
He'll make anything you want. You're the man, Zeke.
Not only pizza, we're going to discuss a lot of things.
Yeah, and he's going to be cooking. You'll have stuff at the concession stands too, right?
Yes.
Coming up, yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, Coach Legg.
Always good.
Go Tigers, man. Roll Tide.
Go Tigers, roll Tide.
Yeah, roll Tide. All right, well, let me get ready to take the whole second. Hey, let's go. Let's travel with old Roadrunner right now. He says he went down to Travis Fleming, Ironworks right here in Athens, Alabama.
Great.
Danny Johnson. Thanks for the tomatoes, too, this morning, Danny. Anytime y'all want to give me something.
And the corn and the peppers.
Drop it off. Let's go to Roadrunner right now. Beep, beep. We'll be right back.
Roadrunner today is down here with an old friend, Travis Flemings, who is he does a lot of blacksmith work and does a lot of crafts with his abilities. And we're going to look around today and talk to Travis about some of the things that he has built in the past, some of his pieces. I know he's got some work he sent over across the ponds over in England in a Shakespeare theater. That's a big accomplishment to have something over there representing him. And recently you said you got inducted into the Roy Croft organization?
Yeah, out of New York, Roy Croft Guild.
How many people in the U.S. is probably inducted into that?
In metal work, there's 18.
18? That's very few. That's very few. So behind us here is one of the, I guess, main things blacksmiths had to do to work with a forge. They had to heat their materials up. So at a certain temperature range you got to reach to get your metal right.
Well, yeah, it's got to be good and red. It's about 2,000 degrees most of the time.
All right. So that piece is getting up to temperature that you can work it?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to make a leaf with this piece of 1/2 inch round. I'm going to draw a two-sided taper. I don't know if you want to look at that. And this is called fullering right here. Now you can go back and cut veins in it with a chisel.
Yeah.
There's a way that I do some leaves that I hammer it in there with the cross peen of a hammer, and then I fold it and then unfold it, and it makes it look real.
So that's just pretty much your rough cut right there.
That's a rough cut one there.
Take some tools and finish it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Bob Taylor, and he's a Roy Crofter too, but he's been in it for 6 or 7 years, and he's a master. And we had him do a class here several months back, and he taught us the techniques of how they did things and texturing. And of course, we made all our. I got over 150 of these chisels that I've made, and then he taught us to make certain ones to do stuff like this.
So
Yeah.
chisels and cut the detail.
Right.
Detail in it. The animal we're looking at is one Travis had made for him, and they engraved his name on it, so that's a special animal, isn't it, Travis? This panels here he's currently working on are for a lampshade, and it's got an old technique, I guess, what'd you say you call this?
It's scaling.
Scaling?
Yeah. And
And,
we scale this metal in the coal fire, clean it off, do it 2 or 3 times, clean it off, and you get this marble look.
In 19 years, you made a lot of stuff, haven't you?
Oh, sure have, yeah.
And this is one of my favorite. This is kind of a medieval 1500s sword, and the blacksmiths had to make those and have ways of putting edges on them. But this is really a cool piece here. I love this. I'd like to have this.
All the kids like this.
Do they? I'm a kid at heart, man.
Most of those are test pieces for jobs that I had to do, and that's a wall sconce I copied from a book. This is called repoussé work. It's French, and I believe repoussé means hammering into air. You hammer a void in your metal, put a lead or a pitch in that, and turn it over, and then start hammering your design into it. I did my grandson several years back, but and it's constant hammering from both sides, and it's very tedious. The leaf I hammered on a while ago was a lot smaller than this, but it could be made to look just like this. This was textured, then folded, and then unfolded.
Another piece, it just really caught my eyes, the detail on this. You say these are little powder boxes?
Well, yeah, I guess you could use them for powder. They're actually a copy of the old wooden shaker boxes.
Okay.
that we did into copper, and except our tops are a little different. Their tops came down. Yeah, we used some antler, or you can they did some pewter handles for them too.
Okay, this is just a little replica, a small miniature of what he made to send over to the Shakespeare Theater on the Thames River in England. And it was, how big was it, 8 inches?
It's about 8 inches tall, 6 inches wide.
But it was similar to this, so this would be found on the gate if you ever go to England, look for Travis's work over there on the theater. Okay, the old Roadrunner's going to try his hand here a little bit at this blacksmithing. I believe I can do it. Check that out. I can do this too. Travis, I know I've been in your way out here, and it's kind of hot
That's
today,
all right.
but I've learned a lot, and I really found something I think I would like to get into a little
Good,
bit. I know I
good.
can't be no artist like you guys, but I'd like to be able to do a little some of this stuff, and I may come back and talk to you about getting into some of your classes, and this has been a lot of fun, and appreciate you inviting me.
Yes, sir.
Roadrunner out.